Well, welcome to House Call. I'm Amy Cooper here with Dr. Rick Wadge and the star of the show, Dr. Charles Scott.
Good morning. It's a blessing to be here.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Doing real good.
What are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about a silent killer that most people aren't even aware that it's going on. It's hypertension or high blood pressure. And many times I've seen patients that have had high blood pressure for years, but they don't bother to check it. And there's really no excuse for not checking your high blood pressure, because you can go into Albertsons, Walgreens. Most of these stores now have little machines where you can sit there and have your blood pressure taken for free.
Really?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
How often would a person even do that? Is that once a month, once a week, once a day?
If you've got ongoing high blood pressure, you need to pretty much monitor it at least weekly or so. But it doesn't hurt from time to time if you pass by one of those. I do it. You know, if I see one there, I'll just sit there and put the little cuff on and check my blood pressure. Because I have seen patients who are now being scheduled for kidney dialysis because their kidneys are completely destroyed.
Just from that?
And it was from the high blood pressure. They had unchecked, untreated high blood pressure for years.
So this sounds really serious. How many people
serious.
suffer from high blood pressure?
High blood pressure, they estimate probably 50 million Americans.
Who don't know? Or
No, who have been diagnosed with hypertension.
So that's just
and there's
the
no
ones who do
telling
know.
how many patients or individuals are running around with hypertension that don't even know it.
Well,
They've never been diagnosed.
What is it exactly?
It's actually, well, when you take your blood pressure, there's two components to it. There's the upper number. It's called systole, S-Y-S-T-O-L-E. That's the pressure that's exerted on the arteries every time the heart beats. Okay? That's the upper number.
Okay.
The bottom number is diastolic pressure. That's the pressure exerted on the heart and the arteries when the heart is at rest. So, if you take your wrist and just take your pulse, you can feel it pulsating up against your fingertip. Okay? That's the blood pressure. That's the pulse rate. Every time the heart beats, it's putting pressure on the arteries, then it relaxes, and that's how you take your pulse rate.
I think I'm mostly dead. I can't feel
You
anything.
can't feel it. And so, normal blood pressure is somewhere around 120 over 80. That's pretty much where you want to be at.
Well, I know mine does tend to run kind of low. 120 over 80 is
120
normal.
over 80.
Is that the same for all ages, or does that change with age?
Yeah, that's pretty much a general rule for just about everybody. As we get older, of course, our blood pressure tends to increase with age.
Why is that?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because I was just looking at this. This is a study called the Loeber study, L-O-E-B-E-R. And this dates back to 1953. They actually did autopsies on patients, and they rated the arteries on a scale of 1 to 10. 1, the artery was fairly healthy, still had elasticity. When they reached the scale of 10, that artery was completely hardened or sclerosed. So they could rate the degree of hardening of the arteries on those individuals. Individuals who had normal blood pressure reached a scale of 9 when they were somewhere between 60 and 70 years of age. Individuals with high blood pressure reached that same scale of hardening by age 40.
Wow.
So, high blood pressure literally ages the arteries
Wow.
and contributes to hardening of the arteries.
So does that have anything to do with how many times your arteries can flex, or does it have to do with what you're eating?
It has to do with, there's so many factors, but yes, diet and lifestyle seem to be the major factors that contribute to high blood pressure.
What contributes to hardening of the arteries, though?
The hardening of the arteries, there's several factors, and one of the biggest studies was actually done by Dr. Linus Pauling and Matthias Rath, the German medical doctor. And they actually took animals and induced hardening of the arteries. And guess how they did that? They put them on a deficient vitamin C diet.
Uh-oh.
And everybody with low and deficient vitamin C developed hardening of the arteries.
If you enjoyed this clip, please feel free to check out the full version in the link located in the description panel below. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel. You can also connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. As always, help yourself to the diverse array of teachings located on this YouTube channel or on our website at glc.us.com.